teacher. Hi everyone. Today we're presenting group 2 from class 1, which include our team member Trần Vĩnh Phong, Trần Nguyễn Vân, Nguyễn Gia Huy, and Đặng Ngọc Lan Anh. I'm glad to present our research topic, culture and identity. To find out about young Vietnamese people attitude toward traditional value, the culture, identity, and how globalization affect the daily choice. To understand which traditions are fading, whether young people prefer traditional or Western festival, the impact of technology on family bonds, and the opinion on preserving culture identity. Then this is a list of questions. 1. In your opinion, which tradition value are fading most notably today? 2. Do you see young people integrating or being assimilated into foreign culture? 3. Is the disappearance of old custom a natural process or an alarming loss? 4. Do young people today prefer Western festival or tradition festival? 9. Which of the following is considered the core and most important means of preserving and transmitting a nation's cultural identity from one generation to the next? 10. When choosing outfit for important event or holiday, such as Lunar New Year, graduation, wedding, what type of clothing do you tend to prioritize the most? 11. If you had the opportunity to introduce Vietnamese culture to an international friend, which of the following area would you tell? In your opinion, what is the biggest reason why many people are hesitant to wear traditional clothing? 30. If you had to use one word to describe the future of traditional culture, what would you do? 14. What do you think is the strongest cultural identity of a country on the international stage, such as food, music, and art? 15. In your observation, how are traditional language and clothing style being affected by the way of modernization?
According to the survey, 45% of respondents believe that writing system and custom are traditional value affecting the most, while 13.5% choose traditional craft and craft village, and 17.5% choose folk art. This shows that language and custom are seen as the most vulnerable aspect of traditional culture today. The survey showed that 70% of respondents believe young people are integrating into foreign culture, while only 30% think they are being assimilated. This suggests that more people believe young people can adopt foreign culture influence while still mentioning their own cultural identity. According to the survey, 58.4% of respondents believe that the disappearance of old custom is a natural process, while 40.6% see it as an alarming loss. Only 1% gave a conditional response. Their research suggests that most people accept cultural change as a normal part of society. The survey showed that 59% of young people prefer traditional festival, while 41% prefer Western festival. This indicates that although foreign cultures are becoming more popular, traditional celebration remain the first choice for most young people. According to survey, 45% of respondents believe that why system and custom are fading the most. 37.5% choose tradition craft and craft village, and 17.5 choose folk art innovation. 70 think that young people are integrating into foreign culture, while 30 believe they are being assimilated. Many respondents believe that outdated customs such as superstitious practice, gender discrimination, and other harmful traditions should be replaced because they are no longer suitable for modern society. However, some people think that no custom should be trained and that our tradition should be preserved. Respondents believe that some traditions should never be lost, including ancestor worship and filial piety. Traditional festivals such as Tet and Mid-Autumn Festival, family value and community bonds, cultural symbol like the áo dài and traditional craft and oral storytelling that passes down knowledge and wisdom. More respondents view globalization as an opportunity to promote Vietnamese identity to the world, while a minority see it as a threat, and some believe it can be both. This suggests that young people are generally optimistic about sharing Vietnamese culture globally, while recognizing the importance of preserving tradition value. Most respondents will view globalization as an opportunity to promote Vietnamese identity to the world, while a minority see it as a threat, and some believe it can be both. This suggests that young people are generally optimistic about sharing Vietnamese culture globally, while recognizing the importance of preserving traditional value.
Next, I will talk about question 9 and 10. For question 9, 35.1% of students think that festival and custom are the most important way to keep cultural identity. 32.4% choose traditional clothing and cuisine, and 27% choose language and writing. For question 10, almost half of the students, 48.8% prefer to wear traditional clothes on special days like death, weddings, and graduation ceremonies. The results show that young people still love their traditional culture and enjoy wearing traditional clothes on important occasions. Now let's move to question 11 and 12. When introducing Vietnamese culture to foreigners, 25% of students to Vietnamese food and another 25% to Vietnamese history. Traditional art and daily life are also popular choices. However, there are still some problems. More than half of the students, 51.4%, think traditional clothes are too expensive. Another 22.9% say they do not have many trends to wear them. This means that young people are proud of Vietnamese culture, but the cost is still a big problem. Now let's look at the future of traditional culture. Many students use work life resilient, research hurry, and adaptive. This work means they believe traditional culture will continue to grow and trend with modern life. When talking about the strongest cultural symbol of a country, most students to food, music, art, and history are also important. So students believe that Vietnamese culture has a bright future, especially through food and cultural activity. Next question 15. Almost half of the students, 48.7, think that on factor if affect traditional language and clothing. These include foreign quirks, slang, digital language, and trend in the modern life. Also, 25.6% think foreign words and slang have the biggest influence. The results show the modernization is bringing out control, but many students believe we can still protect it.
Hi everyone. Moving on to the final part, I would like to share our conclusion, recommendation, and our group opinion. Now, let's look at the conclusion, our survey. So that's young Vietnamese care deeply about their culture, traditional value like family, bond, and taste are still highly valued. Regarding global relation, just see it as an opportunity, not a threat. They strongly believe our culture won't disappear in threat. It will adapt and evolve beautifully with more modern time. From the sliding, our group believe we need practical solution. First, school so organize more cultural event. event. Second, traditional traditional clothing should be more affordable and acceptable. Finally, we must use the power of social media to speak our cultural beauty that brings us to the end of our presentation today. Thank you so much for listening, and we look forward hearing your question.